All right, Miles O'Brien here in New York City in my laundry room in my apartment. Lucky me, huh? Scott Parazynski, meanwhile, Everest Base Camp, where I had hoped to be at this time, but hey, they also serve who stay behind and sit in the laundry room. So, all right, Scott, good to see you, pal. You look good there at Everest Base Camp. First of all, before we're going to do a little tour of the base camp, which everybody wants to see. But just give us, how the last 24 hours been, how you feeling, what's going on in camp right now?
Well, right now it's a rest period. I've been up to Camp 3, and that's my big rotation prior to the summit push. So I felt very strong on that. I need to spend the next several days down here pushing the calories and then also waiting for the route to be fixed towards the summit. So that'll probably happen around May 5th. And after that, the gates are open. We'll wait for the weather window to open, and we'll try and make some good decisions and go for the top.
All right. You bring up two areas that I'm sure people are curious about. Calories. First of all, how much are you supposed to be eating right now? It's a lot of calories, isn't it?
Yeah. We have great cooks here. We have a fellow by the name of Kaji who does a great job at making food really appealing for us. We'll try and chow down 5,000 to 6,000 calories a day.
Wow.
Which is a lot of food. Yeah.
That takes a lot of work. And is the food pretty good?
Our best. It's really good. Yeah. It's a little bit more Spartan up top. Obviously, you have to take all this on your back to higher altitudes. So a lot of times up high, we'll eat military meals ready to eat, kind of like the stuff we'd eat on a space shuttle flight.
Oh, so on the space shuttle flight, every astronaut loves the spicy shrimp. What's the favorite food at Everest Base Camp?
Well, you're absolutely right. That's true. I have it breakfast, lunch, and dinner on a shuttle flight, but we don't have spicy shrimp down here. But we do have beef stew, which I'm not a big beef stew fan at home, but a lot of calories and it's pretty good.
Beef stew, stick to your ribs kind of stuff. All right. So, have you asked what kind of beef the beef is? Is it yak or something, or? Don't ask. You know what? Don't ask.
We do eat a lot of yak up here as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do have a lot of yak steak up here, but occasionally we will get beef flown in from India.
Really?
And then it's carted up here, and we had it actually two nights ago. Very, very good.
All right. And everybody wants to know, what does yak taste like? Just like chicken?
Just like chicken. No, it's not like chicken. It tastes like beef grizzle.
Excellent.
Or Salisbury steak. Really, really tough.
Yeah, well, you got to be tough to be on Everest. Okay, tell me a little bit. You were talking about the route being open. Describe what needs to be done, because there's so much work that goes into making it possible for a couple hundred people to summit every season. Give us the broad overview of what is done to do that.
It's like a military siege. I mean, it's so impressive. There are 26 different teams here of varying sizes, but all of them have to cover certain key logistics. You have to have, obviously, tents, sleeping bags, pads, food, fuel. Then, of course, there are the logistics of moving up the mountain. So there are fixed lines, there are pickets and ice screws, and then for the summit push, you need to have oxygen bottles and regulators. It's an enormous logistics challenge, and I consider each of the team leaders here kind of generals. And they're moving their battalion, higher and higher up the mountain. Very, very challenging task.
So it really, sure. What that does is...
So right now...
Go ahead.
So I was just going to say, at this point, most teams have established their Camp 3, which is at 24,000 to 24,500 feet, and we're starting to move our supply chain up higher to the south col of the mountain at over 26,000 feet. And once all that gets established, around May 5 or thereabouts, a bunch of teams will come together, providing Sherpa support and ropes and gear to fix the route towards the summit.
You know, what this does, when I hear you talk about all this, it really makes me appreciate what, you know, Mallory and Hillary did when there really wasn't any infrastructure there to get up the mountain. How did they pull it off? You know, just talk about the challenges they faced versus what you are facing.
Well, the early teams were giants among men for sure. You know, I think about our relatively easy path in here to Everest Base Camp. We flew from Kathmandu to Lukla, and then we had about a 10 to 12 day hike with yak support and porters, Sherpa porters carrying additional gear. But in the old days, it would take you know, several months to just get to base camp, to then have the opportunity with their very primitive gear, you know, hemp rope and hobnail boots and wool jackets instead of the down and the things that we have today. Really impressive. Very hard men that did that.
I should say. All right, let's do the remaining time we have. Give us a little sense of base camp, where you are, and what it's like being there. Give us a little tour if you could.
Well, I wish we had better weather for you here this afternoon, Miles, but hopefully we'll have another opportunity in the future. We're on rocky moraine, so a lot of what you'll see when I take you for a little tour here is rock, but it's very misleading. This is all, in fact, here we go. We're going to go.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
And if you look straight down
yeah.
and around here,
Mm-hmm.
you see a lot of rock. And you see a lot of Keith Cowling there.
There's Keith Cowling. Keith Cowling, who is your media Sherpa. Got to just introduce him. Media Sherpa Keith Cowling.
That's right.
All right, so go ahead. A lot of rock.
It's great to have him there.
It doesn't seem like it'd be very comfortable sleeping there.
It's actually rock over ice. So it's interesting sleeping here at night. You'll hear the glacier, the Khumbu Glacier, creak and groan, and every once in a while, there'll be a crevasse that will open up right in front of somebody's tent, and so you have to open up your tent door very carefully every morning. But it's all melting every day, changing every day. In the very distance, you may be able to see the bottom of the Khumbu ice fall.
Yep, we see it.
One of the big challenges of climbing Mount Everest, because it does tumble and change every day, and you don't want to be underneath the serac when it tumbles, obviously. But there are, as I said, 26 different encampments here. Very colorful place. This is our International Mountain Guides camp. We have dining tents and communication tents and personal tents, storage tents, even a couple of shower tents. After you finish a long, hard climb, you come back and you really need that shower after a week or so.
Is it a what? Is it a hot shower? Excuse me. Is it a hot shower?
Yeah, it's a hot shower with gas heaters.
Wow, that's pretty good. It's pretty nice.
On demand, so it actually works very, very well.